piece. Again, we fundamentally believe in that human connection. And we also believe that when you work for yourself in any size business and you're by yourself a lot, it's really hard, right? Like, who do you share ideas with? How do you bounce off challenges? How do you know if you should go down this path or that path? And that can be one of the hardest pieces, is just the alone piece of being in business. Right? It's like, it's already hard enough, but when you're totally by yourself, it's that much harder. Take your passion, take what you're looking for, be so committed to that vision, and don't be attached to what the journey looks like on the way there. And I think if you really give yourself that space and freedom to trust that you are capable, you're smart enough, that the world is going to give you the resources and support that you need to achieve that, then you will get there.
How did that become so intricate part of your culture? How did, hosting different seminars and different workshops, how did that become integrated into Rooster?
I think we always knew it was going to be an important piece. Again, we fundamentally believe in that human connection. And we also believe that when you work for yourself in any size business and you're by yourself a lot, it's really hard, right? Like, who do you share ideas with? How do you bounce off challenges? How do you know if you should go down this path or that path? And that can be one of the hardest pieces, is just the alone piece of being in business. Right? It's like, it's already hard enough, but when you're totally by yourself, it's that much harder, because all the questions are there more, all the doubts are there more, on tough days, it's like there's not that other person. And so we always knew that that was really important, that having other people that could surround each other, that were like-minded and believed in collaboration and believed in the idea that we're all stronger together, that if we could create that it would be so much more powerful. Because everybody that we work with works for themselves, but at the end of the day, they get to work with each other and they get to support one another, and they get the benefits of both of those ideas. So we always knew it was going to be a part of it, and it's really evolved. It's really been kind of created partially by us, but partially by the people we work with. We've observed everyone. We've seen, okay, well, what do they want to share about? What do they want to learn about? How do they want to interact with each other? And even recently, we started these small mastermind groups within our community. And we have, groups of 6 to 10 people that, meet on a regular basis, and they, either do it online, it's like a digital co-working, or they get together and they have goal setting, and they, hash out their challenges, and they share what they're up to. And it's just so powerful because, at the end of the day, again, it's about what can we all do together, and it's really creating that space. And everyone within the community, I think, feels that they're stronger because they're part of something bigger than themselves.
Wow. So would you say that's the key separation between you and any other businesses out there that's like some sort of, so what category does your business fit in first? Like, what category would you say Rooster fits in?
I mean, from a tech side?
Yeah, from a tech side.
Yeah, I think, do people look at us differently? Some people would say marketplace when you think of the idea that we're connecting people. From the client side. You can also say, we're a business software company. So there's really nobody out there doing what we do. So it's tough to actually put us in a category of who we are. But I would say it really does make us different, is the idea that we do believe that that component of collaboration and working together is really important, as well as that each individual and highlighting what makes people unique is very important. We've seen that everyone else out there has really commoditized what people do, because that's how they've solved kind of this connection piece using technology. Is they've said, you type in the word personal trainer and you get a list of people that are spending money for the word personal trainer. Well, what happens in that component is that there's no humans involved in that, right?
Who the people are.
And the people that show up are larger, big box gyms, for example. And all the human pieces taken away from it. And what we said is, and you're a personal trainer, so you get this, but you know, the best personal trainer for me is not necessarily the best personal trainer for my best friend or the person sitting next to me, right?
Yeah.
Some people are like, I want somebody that's in my face, yelling at me, telling me to pick it up, and I'm going too slow. And like for me, I'm like, I want the person like, you're doing great. You did awesome today. Keep up the good work. You know, like my cheerleader, and everyone's different. And that's what's so important is that, again, and that's why the human connection piece is so important, because if you connect humans properly and you build those relationships, then both of those people get a great long-term relationship, which is great for the client, but it's great for the professional, right? It's great for all of these business owners we work with, because they want people that want to work with them for a really long time and that they can establish those relationships with. And really that initial discovery piece is so important to that. And if you remove the human component from it, then how are you going to make that really great connection? So we really fundamentally believe, and that's what's missing, and that's what we want to bring back into the industry.
So that's the problem you're solving, and I think I know it's a great problem, because it's one thing to be like, okay, I'm gonna do textbook information, but then it's another thing to actually experience what you're talking about. And as a fitness coach, I've experienced certain cases where like certain people that I could have helped because we could have matched or actually care about, like a legit wake up, I'm like, yeah, I get to help somebody today. It's not like a check for me. It's actually a passion thing. And then I know that many people go and pass it up just because that's how it's a numbers game. It's a data game. So this is weird because we're talking tech, you know, and it's a data game. So now we're switching that to make it a human game as well. Yeah,
and what's interesting, and you know, we will probably start to see it more and more. We believe we're kind of at the front of the parade, but there is a lot of talk that you're hearing now of what's called augmented humanity, which is the idea that in the tech world, people are starting to see that there's a lack of humanity.
Yeah.
And that's really what people are thirsty for, and that's why a lot of the numbers on other platforms are actually dropping, or people are unhappy with their experience because it's not reflecting who they are and what they want to experience in their life, and it's making a lot of us feel isolated and more depressed, because that's not how we are humans, but we're trying to function in this world of tech that's data-driven, or numbers-driven, and it's missing that representation. So, you know, we're definitely, I think, at the forefront of that, but I think we'll start to see that more and more as more companies start to identify that need and start to really build that into what they're doing.
Yeah, so like more socially aware businesses are gonna come. Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah, you even see Facebook shifting. Yeah. You know, and they kind of went really far one direction, but even they're being very verbal about the fact that they're trying to bring the human connection back in. They're trying to make it so instead of seeing ads all the time, you're actually seeing your friends and family, which is why you signed up in the first place, and connect to people. But it really lost that for a little bit. And, you know, they're starting to see that impact their business. And so they're starting to even identify and be very verbally, you know, out there saying they're going back, you know, and trying to build that back into what they do.
So let's say, well, I am a small business owner. Let's say I'm a solo entrepreneur and you were a solo entrepreneur, you're watching. I know one of the main advice when I sign up for your free business assessment that you're going to tell me that one thing I need to do is brand myself through social media marketing. And it has to be one of the tips.
Yeah.
How do I go about doing that without losing myself in the process? Because a lot of people go into social media, we got to create content, and you get so deep into this content that you start to disconnect from the very people you're trying to connect with. So how do we balance that, would you say? What is something that worked for you, as you know?
Yeah, I think, you know, social media is really interesting, and I think what happens, especially for a solopreneur, one of the things that's feels like a barrier to people is they think that it is just like, I have to do it all the time. I'm told that I should do this, and I should do this, and I should do this. And really, at the end of the day, I think it's just a couple fundamental things. One is really knowing like your why and your purpose. and being really clear about that. And knowing that everything that you do and all of the content that you share and everything that you're doing on social media should represent that. It doesn't need to look like what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be cookie cutter. It actually shouldn't be. It should be the opposite of that. It should be really true to who you are and, again, your purpose. And I think having a voice around that's really important too. And again, if you are the business and it's your voice, then it should be that. And sometimes it's not as formal and sometimes it is formal, and it really should, again, represent you, because that's social media. The purpose of it was to be social. And when you think about what that actually means, again, it goes back to the human component, is that it's humans interacting. And so if you act like a business without a personality, then people aren't going to connect to it. But if your business does have a personality, if it does represent your voice, if it does represent your purpose, then you'll be really surprised how many people connect with it. We almost never, we don't share promotions, we don't share advertisements, we share pictures of people and events and videos and highlighting things, and we use the term love a lot. And that's who we are, and people really connect to that. If people don't connect to that, then they're not right for your business anyways. And I think that's something people are afraid of, is they want to speak to everyone. And if you try to do that, you're not going to speak to anyone. And so that's what I would say, is don't be so afraid to not connect with certain people, because if you're really authentic to, again, who you are, your why, and your purpose, you'll connect to the right people that are right for your business.
Well said. Well said, and needed to be heard.
Yeah. Yeah, and just take it one step at a time. Again, I think people get so overwhelmed by social media, but if you start doing it slowly and putting things out there and just letting it know it's a long-term play, then it becomes much easier.
So what are your growth plans for Rooster? Where do you see the company in next year, in the next 3 years, the next 5 years? Have you seeked any capital to grow it so far?
Yeah, we have raised some money, and really our plan is, right now, to cultivate South Florida and really be focused here. But our plan for the future is to, be a national company that supports small business owners everywhere and create that same environment and that same support system, because really, there are people, more and more people want to work for themselves. I mean, it is a growing population, the fastest growing population. They call it, the future of work.
Yeah.
Is people working for themselves. And, we want to be there to support that and to, again, keep that human component in place. So, that's really our goal, is to continue to grow and help more people and make sure that, as we grow, we're still delivering the value. We're still supporting people in a way that's true to who we are and what we believe.
So do you plan on kind of like replicating this team? Because right now you're in South Florida, you have your team, you host the events. How do you do that when you're in 50 states?
Right. What's really interesting is we've already seen here in South Florida that people within the Rooster community are leaders. And it's really amazing. And I see that as a huge way that Rooster grows in other places, is that we work with a lot of people that work for themselves. And because they work for themselves, they don't actually have an opportunity to be a leader in their career, right? It's not like you're going up the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
You're the boss, the employee, the janitor,
they're the leader to the
you're
society
everything.
they serve.
Right, they serve. And so what's amazing is that, we have that opportunity within our community where people get to be leaders. When they get to a certain level, they get to share with others. I mean, you're doing that, right? You're taking what you know and the knowledge that you've learned and then helping other people through that knowledge and helping lead them and helping guide them and coach them. And that's what we see already happening today. And I see that happening everywhere, is that we really provide a platform and a space for people to be able to do that, to become leaders and to support one another. And so I see that being a big component of what we do.
So to sum it up, you're going to build your network with your network.
Yeah.
And use that network to increase your net worth.
Yes, absolutely.
That's how you do it.
I love it. Yep.
That's how you do it. That's powerful. And that's a good way to give people with a message to share, a platform to do it.
Yep.
In all different communities. And there goes back to what you want to do, which is empower people.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Is there anything going on right now that I should know about that the world should know about in your life, and Rooster, and anything?
There's all kinds of great things. Well, for Rooster, we did just launch a public-facing directory, which you can see all the people that are Rooster members, which is really exciting. We've always had that internally, so now, anyone can see who's a part of what we're doing. It really, again, highlights what makes them special, and we're just continuing to do that. So we're going to continue to do more and more and put out more and more effort in terms of video and things like that to really highlight what people are doing. So, I'd definitely say check that out, follow us, because you're gonna see the most talented, the most passionate people when you look at who the Roosters are. They're amazing people that are doing incredible things, and I feel really honored to be able to highlight them and help them get exposed to more people.
Wow, that's beautiful. That tells you all you need to know about Rooster, because it's about the people. Really? So now you're serving two people. You're serving the practitioner and the person coming to the practitioner. So you're literally serving the world.
Yeah, that's the goal.
I like it.
Thank
you. Make sure you go. So how do a person right now, they're not in the Rooster family, they're not in the Rooster network, they're just a practitioner. How do they get involved? How do they join this network?
There's a couple ways. They can go to roosterlocal.com, find out more about us. Our Facebook page is Rooster Local as well. They can find us. And we have events once a month that people can come to. They're open to anyone. You can come, you can see who we are, learn a little bit, see the other people and meet the other people that we work with. That's a great way. A lot of people like to do that. They like to just come and experience it. And you feel it the moment you walk in, that it's different than anything else you've ever experienced. No one's in a suit and tie, shoving a business card at you. People are hugging each other. They're smiling, they're laughing, there's a lot of love there and a lot of support. And the minute you walk in, you feel it. And so, I highly recommend people come and check them out.
So there's high frequency.
Yeah.
It's not called Rooster. It's not called Rooster by accident.
It's not.
Because the Rooster screams loud.
Woo. That's right.
Screams loud. So as we conclude this show, I know you got things to do and places to be. What is one thing that you could leave with everyone watching here to inspire them to start, whether it's on their fitness journey, whether it's with a new business that they had, a new idea? What is one advice that have always pushed you to start whatever it is?
I would say what's most important and what's been most important to me is take your passion, take what you're looking for, be so committed to that vision, and don't be attached to what the journey looks like on the way there. And I think if you really give yourself that space and freedom to trust that you are capable, you're smart enough, that the world is going to give you the resources and support that you need to achieve that, then you will get there. I think often the only thing that keeps us from what we're doing is doubt and fear. And if you can just say, I'm gonna be a little scared. It's scary, there's so many unknowns, and that's okay. But just saying, I trust that it's going to work out. And if I continue to stay committed to my vision and I just move in that direction every day, even if it's just a little bit, even after days where you've had to move backwards a little bit, that you will get there and things will happen and the momentum will take you. And I know it sounds really simple, but I think just having that trust in yourself and trust in the fact that if you believe in it, if you work at it enough, you'll get there. And it's probably gonna look a lot different than you thought it would, and that's okay. And it's probably gonna be better than you thought it would be. But yeah, having that trust is really important.
Well, thank you for your wise words.
You're welcome.
It's the truth. I think the best things in life are simple and free.
Yeah.
And
I, when I speak those words, I speak to myself. We do that every day, as an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter what stage you're at. It doesn't matter what day you're on. You have to have that. You have to wake up every day and remind yourself of that.
Yeah. Or else, but what else is life here for? Then it's just like, I gotta wait. It's like most people say, I gotta wake up today, but you actually get to.
You get to. Yep, absolutely. What do we get to do today?
What do we get to do?
Yeah. I love it.
Thank you
for having me.
Thank you, Shana, for being here on the Unlimited Power Show, ladies and gentlemen. Shana, Rooster. Is there like a rooster chant?
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
No, we got. I think
we say rise together. That's like
okay.
our tagline. Because think about the rooster, right?
So
Rises you in the morning.
We're gonna say that on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Rise together.
No, we should hold hands on you when we say that.
All right, ready?
No, we're gonna hold
okay.
at rise.
Okay.
And then we're gonna rise up like that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Rise together.
Nice.
Love it.
All right, so I make it complete. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Unlimited Power Show. I hope something sparked something inside of you today. And I want to thank you for tuning into this episode of the Unlimited Power Show. And I want to remind you of your unlimited capability to achieve greatness, whatever that definition may be. But until you believe that you have the unlimited power to achieve whatever it is that you want, the world will forever miss your talents, your gifts, and all the great things that you have to offer. So let your light shine, don't hide it, don't dim it. Make sure you don't dim the unlimited power light. Make sure you share this video to your friends, family, and whoever might find this useful. And to find more about Rooster Local, please visit roosterlocal.com and follow their Facebook, which is
Rooster Local.
Rooster Local. I'll see you. That's it. I just fillers.
Hi. That was awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're a very good interviewer.
Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video.